morning, vinyl community. This is Tommy in South Carolina. I am in the middle of nowhere, but it is very early in the morning, and it is record store day. And so I'm excited, and I'm going to be participating. I know it's been a while since I've seen all of you, but glad to do it. I'm headed down to a place that I've been to quite frequently if you're a watcher of my channel, Horizon Records. They tend to carry everything. I've got my list in hand, and I've got quite a few things that I'm going to try to get today. And so I hope all of you are out there and participating and enjoying and getting the things that you want. Sorry about the bumpy road that I'm on. So I will be checking in, and of course you all watching this will just see one big video, but should be there fairly early because I'm a weirdo like that. So I will be getting in line here and waiting out for a few hours, and he opens at 8 a.m. Eastern Time, which is just a few hours from now. And best of luck. I'll be checking in and hopefully get some video of everyone in the store. Want to send some get well wishes and good thoughts to Beetle Brad. Beetle Brad is a good friend of mine, and he's having a hard time with some medical issues. Followers of his channel know about this, but thinking about you, Beetle Brad. Hoping that you get well. I know that you have a long road ahead of you, but I know that it's going to be worth it. And so just thinking the very best of you, for you and your family during this difficult time. And yeah, so Record Store Day 2019. Let's do this thing. Yeah. Well, as you can tell, it was a complete madhouse here at Horizon. As usual, it's one of the main Record Store Day stores. But the nice thing about Gene's store is that he usually gets pretty much all the titles. He was explaining inside as we were buying is that there were some titles that there's just so many stores now and so many people participating in Record Store Day that even the titles that you would normally see that maybe you get 10, 15 copies of, that they're just not as rampant as they are. So the numbers are really weird. As you know, I don't really always believe the numbers, but it was interesting going through there, getting the stuff that I got. I had a list. The thing about the list for me this year, and I was explaining to somebody, is that there weren't really any real major home runs on my list, but there were some things that I definitely wanted to get. And so I can say that I got most of them and was glad to get them. But, you know, I just made another pass in there now that the crowds have kind of died out. As you could tell, there was a lot of people in there this morning. You know, going back through the stuff that he's out of, which is quite interesting because to me it would be normally stuff that you would see kind of lingering around for another hour or two, if not for the rest of the day. So they're either getting better at buying, getting better at gauging pressings, all of those things they factor in. Of course, I'm going to share with you guys what I got, but I hope you're all having a great Record Store Day and enjoying it and getting the things that you're after. I'm going to check in here shortly and show you what all I picked up today. I picked up a few things and quite happy with what I got. There were a couple of things that I didn't get, but I kind of bounced them out with some others. So all in all, I give it a thumbs up. And if you're in Greenville, South Carolina, definitely check out Horizon, one of the better record stores in the area, and they do good business and have a lot of good stuff. So hope you're having a safe and good Record Store Day. I'm going to check back in and run down what I got. All right, Record Store Day people, I found a little spot on my way back to where I'm at right now. That makes a lot of sense. Nice little spot. This is Old Mountain Store out of, I think, Marietta, South Carolina. Anyway, that gives you an idea. So the list, I had it, marked some stuff down, had an idea. So here's what I got. So I'm going to share it with you guys real quick, and I hope that you guys all had a good record store day. First off is the Elvis Costello and the Imposters Purse. This was a 12-inch EP. Kind of goes in line with the last release, the Look Now release. This is kind of interesting because this is a collaboration, as you can see on the front cover. Words and music of Burt Bacharach, Paul McCartney, Johnny Cash, Bob Dylan, with Elvis Costello. 4 tracks, Everyone's Playing House, The Lovers That Never Were, If You Love Me, Down on the Bottom. So, I'm a big Elvis fan, so I thought this would be a cool addition to the collection. Another one that I was after, which some of you probably were as well, was the test pressing Blood on the Tracks, the New York mix. You can probably hear some traffic in the background, motorcycles and whatnot. Pretty plain packaging. Motorcycles going by. I apologize about the noise. I picked a kind of a busy intersection, but it had this nice table and it smells good. They were cooking barbecue in there. But this is the Blood on the Tracks New York mix. And so the test pressings for that. Pretty plain Jane as far as the packaging is concerned. But as a Dylan fan, you can't go wrong. This is one I was on the fence about, but I went in and picked it up. Was the Benjamin Gibbard, Me and Magdalena. If you went back and looked at my Record Store Day video with the list, when the list came out, it was kind of interesting. This is a 7-inch series created for Richard Swift, but Me and Magdalena was the song that Benjamin Gibbard did for the Monkees that Michael Nesmith sang. I'm a big fan of that song. So it's a limited number, supposedly, again. But a great song. So Benjamin Gifford from Death Cab for Cutie. The John Lennon Imagine Raw studio mixes. Another one, probably didn't really need it, but it was an alternate Imagine. I thought this was a 2-record set. It looks like it's 1 record. Interesting. But it's like an alternate Imagine, basically. Kind of in line with the box set that came out late last year. But anyway, the John Lennon Imagine Raw studio mixes. Here's another one I know is on several people's list. It was on mine as well. The Mono Pink Floyd Saucer Full of Secrets. I know when I went back into Horizon about an hour after they opened, this is one that was not there. He had sold out, so I don't know how many copies of this are out there. This one is not nearly as elaborate as the one that came out last year, the Piper at the Gates of Dawn. This is pretty plain Jane packing as far as just a sleeve, but it's got the same sort of silver hype sticker on it that the other one had. But you know, Mono, Pink Floyd. This album, I guess the thing is, this album wasn't as well known as Piper, probably not. But anyway, the mono mix of that. Here's one that it said there were only 500 copies of it going to be released, and it was kind of on my question mark list, but he did have a copy at Horizon, and I went in and picked it up. The Brett Smiley Sunset Tower. If you guys are unaware of Brett Smiley was sort of this promising artist discovered by Andrew Loog Oldham, and he was going to be the next big thing. There's a YouTube video of him, I believe it's on Russell Hardy. Quite interesting. This, the hype sticker says, in 1973, Brett Smiley was handed $200,000 to make a glam rock epic with Andrew Loog Oldham. For the first time, hear the Del Shannon demos that made the record industry stand up and scream. So that's what this is. Brett Smiley passed away a few years ago, and I think he kind of had a second life. But these sessions were produced by Dale Shannon in 1973. Brett was just a teenager. Really sad story, drugs and alcohol abuse. Fell off the face of the planet, made some minor appearances in softcore pornographic films, you know. But fans of like glam rock and that early 70s thing, Brett is interesting. And this was an album I thought, yeah, if I see it, I'll get it. And I saw it, and I got it. Another one I picked up was the Weezer. This was the Dusty Gems and Raw Nuggets, which is basically the Blue Album. If you got the Blue Album Deluxe Edition on CD, this is the second disc of that. This features a lot of the B-sides and the B-sides from those singles from the Blue Album, which I love those songs. Michael and Carly, Suzanne, Jamie, and there's some live cuts of like Surf Wax America, My Name is Jonas, and then a couple of other like demos and pre-production songs. But I'm a big fan of the Blue Album. I like a lot of stuff from that, and so I skipped the Till album, the covers album. I know a lot of people were in for that, but I really wanted this Blue Album sort of outtakes, and it's kind of cool. They used a picture, and there's good old Matt Sharp on the picture. So Dusty Gems and Raw Nuggets by Weezer. And this is actually a blue marbled vinyl, so I'm going to open it up. This is, I think, the only colored vinyl I got, but I want to show you guys colored vinyl, so give me a moment. Let me get into this thing, and I'll show you guys the actual record. You can enjoy that. So I didn't open up everything, but I figured I'd want to show you guys the blue vinyl, because now what do you do? There's a little insert with the picture of the band. Here's some liner notes. But what you guys paid to see, it's marble vinyl. Of course, you see the sunlight hitting it. So thought you guys would enjoy taking a look at the blue marbled vinyl. Sorry about the traffic noise going on. It's one of the things. Finally, last, certainly not least, the last thing I got for Record Store Day, the Guitar World According to Frank Zappa. I've got all of the other Frank Zappa Record Store Day releases. This is a numbered edition. As you can see, the gold number down there. Mine is 3574. It's a Chris Bellman cut. This was a cassette, I believe, that came out with Guitar World. It never was pressed on vinyl. It says 8,000. It was 1987 was a compilation. It was a cassette only through Guitar World magazine. And so here it is. And it says it's clear vinyl. So you know what? I'm going to go ahead and take a look at it for you guys while we're here. We'll take a look at the clear vinyl. So I'm going to cut this bad boy open. And I believe that's the only colored vinyl that I got for Record Store Day. If there's any other ones, you know, so be it. Clear vinyl. The Guitar World According to Frank Zappa. And it's nice they got the little cassette logo in there. So that is the Record Store Day finds that I had. I hope you all had a good Record Store Day. There's changes coming to the channel. I'm working on them, so stay tuned. As you can tell, I haven't gone anywhere. Just had a move, and everything's well, and I hope everything's well with you. Like, subscribe, comment, share, all of that good stuff. I love interacting with you guys. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter. It's TommyBurton75. Thank you all for watching. Happy Record Store Day, and I'll see you next time.